We don't practice because someone makes us practice. We don't practice for fame or glory. We don't practice to impress anyone or make us feel better about ourselves. We certainly don't practice for money. We practice because we yearn to connect. Connect to the ancestors that built this. Connect to the modern geniuses that inspire us. Connect to our city and our scene and the listeners in the back of the room. But mostly we want to connect to that spark that lives deep within all of us. That spark that wants to be fire. We practice every day to clear a path for that spark. Let's practice together. Welcome to the Daily Guided Practice Session. Let's start with our chromatic scale, 88 beats per minute. Let's get to work. What's up, everybody? Adam Maness here. We are getting to work today. It is another guided practice session, and we are working out today. So get your gym clothes on, get your headband on, get your sweatbands, I got my hoodie on. I'm ready to work it out. We've been working over on the daily guided practice session on some solo piano techniques, some really great mental exercises for getting good voice leading and good voicings together on solo piano arrangements. And I've been feeling like my chops have been slipping over the last couple weeks. So I just want to do a bit of a technique workout with you today. So get to your piano. We're going to be really focused on the piano here. You might be able to do some of these on other instruments, though. So if you play a horn, you could probably play along. But we will be doing some chordal things on the piano and some things that are specific to the piano. And we're going to be working out. Let me know before we get going here and we let the room fill up. Let me know where you are practicing from today. I'm in St. Louis. It's overcast, very fall-like outside. Where are you at and where are you practicing and what are you working on right now? I wanted to know that too. What are you working on primarily in your practice routine? Let me know. Let me know if you got some good leads on some good things. We are just going to be covering some very basic piano technique things. Nothing too fancy, but with piano technique, first of all, the work is never ending, right? There's always work to be done when it comes to being able to play this amazing instrument. So even just going back to basic things, which we will do, things like the chromatic scale, the major scale, going to those kinds of things is incredibly helpful. So join me today as we work on some chops. I just got to warm up my hands. It's cold in here. And let me know where you are in the world. We got Jerome from Israel. What's up? Chris from Nottingham, England. Bruce from Austin. How's it going, Bruce? Evening, Luke. Tuck it in there. What's up, Rich from Vegas? Nick from Seattle. Stuart from New Zealand. Good to see everybody. We'll just give it another couple minutes here and then we'll get to work. Andrew from Halifax. We're going to have some fun today, but we are going to work it out. I feel like I look a little blurry. Maybe it's just my disposition. Again, let me know where you are today. Oh, we always like to give you a deeper dive. Thank you, Ian, for putting in here a link to a course featuring Peter Martin and myself called Jazz Piano Technique Volume 1 Pentatonics, where we do several workout sessions over pentatonic scales. This course actually, I think one of the most incredible things about it is we have the pentatonic scale mapped out fingering-wise in all 12 keys, both hands. And then we have a bunch of patterns that we can practice over. It's really, really good course. People seem to dig it. What's up, Serjuis from Switzerland and from Germany. Howie from DC. Good to see all of y'all. Yao Ming, greetings from London again. Good to see all you guys. David from Southern Indiana. You got it, David. We're going to start slow and just going to work our way up here. Really just going to treat this like you would. We'll treat this like you would if you were running like a pace run, like where it's like we're going to try to get a little speed. We're not going to go all out. We're probably going to hit about 80%, right? Jarko's practicing from Sweden, trying to learn the diminished scales. Well, you are in luck, my friend, because that's one of the things we're going to be working on today. Practicing some diminished scales, always a good idea. I think we're about good to go. Let's work it out, shall we? I want to start very slowly. I want to start. There we go. 4 octaves on a chromatic scale. We're going to start with left hand on C2, right hand on C3. We're going to go up 4 octaves. Quarter notes. We're going to start very slowly. Catch up to me here. Octaves up and down. Right now we're contacting with this instrument, right? This first go through, I want to be very simple. I want to get this sound in my head. I also want to kind of brush off the day that I've had so far, connect to the instrument. I don't want to be thinking about my overhead cam worries here as I'm practicing. So I'm going to use this time to just let that go and let everything go that I've been doing thus far. Realize that this is kind of sacred time for us, right? This time that we get to practice. And so I'm just going to, like I said, like I was having trouble with my overhead. I use this first few times to just let all of that go, release all of that. Release all of the busy things that we had to do earlier in the day. Release any busy thing we have to do after we're done, and just be here with our instrument and our music right now. You love this part of your life, right? This is like the best part of your life in a lot of ways. And so let's really cherish it while we're here and not be thinking about having to go get groceries later or, technical issues. Let's just let all of that go and be here in the moment. Let's do it again. Chromatic scale starting on C and C down here. Let's do 4 octaves again. Let's do quarter note triplets. Right here. 1, 2, triplet. Nice and even. Again. Use this time to center yourself at the piano. Whatever instrument you're playing right now. Just connecting very simply to music and to this instrument. Before we hit eighth notes, which are up next, just take a big deep breath with me. Make sure that your feet are flat on the floor. Mine are. Make sure that your hips are parallel to the keyboard. Lift your heart to your chest so you get a nice straight spinal column there. Let's just take 4 beats. I want you to lift your shoulders to your ears. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let them go. Let's do that 2 more times. Lift your shoulders to your ears. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let them go. Let's breathe into it this last time. 3, 2, 1. And let it go. Let's do some wrist circles. As we've connected to the instrument, we've contacted our keys. Let's just shake it out. Draw some circles with your nose, whatever gets you loose. What we want, what our goal is with this, right, is for the entire structure of our bodies that has to connect to this instrument, that is the pathway for the music that's in us. We want it to be as connected, as relaxed, as sturdy and ready to go as possible, so that there's a feeling of foundation, of groundedness, that there's a feeling of connectedness to the keyboard, but there's not a feeling of tension and stress that might block whatever music that we're trying to get out. So that's what we're doing when we do these stretches, when we breathe, when we lift our shoulders. We're really trying to loosen up that path. Let's try this chromatic scale again. 4 octaves, starting on C2 and C3 again. My fingering for this, you might notice, is very simple. I'm doing 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's all just 1, 3. And if there are 2 white keys in a row, right, I hit 1, 2, 3. And it's the exact opposite in the left hand. 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3. That's it. So we get this nice kind of motion. Let's do 4 octaves again. Another big deep breath before we start, as we're really kind of settling in here to our practice routine. We'll do eighth notes. Now this time I do want you to think about how loud they are, how they feel. So think about every note being the same exact volume and duration as the note before it. See if you can hear the sound of that in your head. Can you hear it played perfectly in line with each other? The perfect volume as you go all the way up and down, and everything synced up to the click at the same time. See if you can hear what that would sound like. Can you imagine in your mind's ear what that sounds like? And then let's just let it happen. Eighth notes, 4 octaves up and down. 2, 3, and 4. And. What does it sound like when it's mezzo forte? When it's connected but not overly connected? Hear the sound. Do it again. 2, 3, and 4. Hear that ideal sound in your head. You might not live up to it, and that's okay. Probably won't live up to it. But you're not going to get close unless you can hear it. If it's not happening, if it's not meeting the sound that's in your mind's ear, see if you can spot any tension anywhere in your body first. If there's anything that's blocking that sound, is your wrist really tense? Is your hand too tense, too tight, right? Are your shoulders like this? Are you cringing in your face? Any of those things could actually affect the sound. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Triplets, eighth note triplets. Play with me. 1, 2, triplet, and 4 octaves. As we increase the speed here, we need to relax even more. Our tendency is to hold tighter. See if, as we get faster, you let go. Triple it and. As we do this next one, see if you can make it swing a little bit. And I don't mean making it like some kind of short, long situation. See if you can really find a groove and a pocket that feels better than just ... We still want to have control over how even everything is, right? Both in duration and volume. We still want to match up to the click and to each hand as much as possible. But see if you can give it a little bit of humanity, a little bit of something that if you were asked to perform this in front of a super hip crowd, that you would feel good about playing such a boring thing, but you would do it in a way that is interesting to you, or at least honest to what you are as a person and a player. Try that. I hope that makes sense. I just mean like getting out of the robotness of playing scales, right? Put a little juice on it, a little humanity. 1, 2, triple it, and groove with it. Work on that control and put a little bit of ourselves in it. Even in boring ass scale practice, we could still do that kind of stuff. 16th notes. Now we're warming up. Shake it out a little bit. Roll those shoulders. Do a little neck work here, just making sure that everything is nice. Again, everything is nice and loose, that we're connected, that we're strong to the instrument, but everything is relaxed so that it doesn't affect our sound. It comes out exactly how we hear it. And let's hear it. 16 notes, 4 octaves. 2, da 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 da. Two, da 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 da. Again, make it groove. Da 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 da. Let's do it again. Let's do it piano. Let's do it nice and gentle. Not just lower in volume, but see if you can find what gentle means to you. 1, 2, sha 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 sha. Good. We've heard it now, right? We've gone up and down in a gentle way. See if now we can hear this sound exactly perfectly how we would want it to be gently before we play it. And let's just watch what happens with the results. 1, 2, sha 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 sha. Let's put a nice crescendo, decrescendo. So crescendo all the way up, and then we'll be at forte at the top, and decrescendo all the way back. So a nice an even gradient, gradually getting louder until we're at the top of the 4th octave, and then we'll decrescendo back down. This is all about control. See if we can hear it controlled the whole way. 2, sha 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 sha. Octave. Like you're changing kind of gradually, but really each octave could be like piano, mezzo forte, forte. You know, think about it in those little, like those broader strokes, and then you can gradiate your way in those octaves. Try it again. 1, 2, sha 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 sha. All right, let's go back to mezzo forte, just a nice, relaxed, even sound, and let's do tenths. So we're going to move our right hand up a major third to E, and we're going to still do chromatic scales with both hands, 16th notes. It's going to trip up the fingering a little bit, but that's okay. If you fail here, just stop and start over again. 1, 2, da 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 da. much about control and comfort is this act in our practice of confusing ourselves. If we just practice the things we can already do really, really well, if it's not a little bit outside of that comfort zone, right? We want to rub into that area of out of our comfort zone. We have to do things like this that are a little challenging. Let's try it again. 2, sha, 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 sha. Hear the sound. Fifths. Take that right hand down, a minor sixth, excuse me, and let's do C and G, right? C2, G2. 1, 2, sha, 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 sha. Rough there for a second. Again, hear this perfectly even, right? With everything the same duration, same volume, all the way up. See if you can make each note line up with each hand, and both hands line up with the click. It's a lot to think about, but just make it sound even. Hear the sound. 2, sha, 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 sha. Sha, 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 sha. All right, that's a great warm-up on the chromatic scale. Hey, that felt great, right? Give yourself a little bit of a shakeout. Maybe do some wrist rolls. Maybe do that classic cartoon piano stretch, you know, the one where you link your fingers together like this and every knuckle in your body pops at an incredible volume. Go ahead and give yourself a little treat there. Okay, let's move on to some major scale work. We'll start with C major scale. We're not going to do this fast at all, as a matter of fact. We are going to do this 4 octaves. And we're going to do each major scale in all 12 keys exactly one time. So there's not going to be the chance to get up on a second time and fix any mistakes. If you're here, you've probably worked on the major scales on all 12 keys before. I hope so. If not, you should be well versed in it and using your time to learn all about these scales because they kind of make up the basis for everything that we're talking about. So I don't want to relearn them. I just want to have to recall them, right? So we're going to start in C and we're going to go through the circle of fourths. So we'll do C, F, B flat, A flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and so on and so forth. We're just going to do one time each, up and down 4 octaves, and we're not going to do anything else than that. Again, I'll give you some directions to we can tweak dynamically and even articulation. Let's just start basic bob, mezzo forte, quasi legato on C. By the way, if you're digging this workout, why don't you smash the like button? Nothing wrong with that. Let me know that you're digging some serious gains. Sick gains. Gym talk. You wouldn't know. No, I'm just kidding. Smash the like button. Check out our Jazz Piano Technique Volume 1 Pentatonics course. Me and Peter Martin doing a bunch of these kinds of exercises through pentatonic scales. Let's do it. C major scale, mezzo forte, 4 octaves, 8th notes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, just one time through on each one of these. So we're going to go up to F, up a 4th. 1, 2, 3, and 4. down a fifth to B flat, and let's play this one forte. And by forte, I don't mean necessarily loud, but I want it strong. So 4 octaves on B flat, starting here, forte. 2, 3, and 4. All the way down to E flat, piano. Nice and soft and smooth. 4 octaves. 2, 3, and 4. Again, we're just really trying to confuse ourselves here and move at a quick pace. Back to mezzo forte, but let's do staccato, so nice and short. A flat major scale, A flat 1, A flat 2. 1, 2, 3, and short. And imagine you're pulling the note out of the bottom of the key bed for this. You're just lifting it out. Let's stay staccato, go up a fourth, D flat major. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go down to G flat, back to legato, nice and forte, big and strong here, the whole way up and down, big and strong. These are a lot of black keys in this scale. There are a lot of black keys in the scale, so you might curve your fingers a little more, make sure that you're kind of deeper into the key bed and get a nice full tone out of this. Roll those shoulders, work it out. 1, 2, 3, and strong. And B, 2, 3, and 4. Even though we're very strong and at a louder volume and using more velocity, relax. Relax even more than you think you should. Down to E, same thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Effortless here. That big sound doesn't mean tension. It just means a big sound. You need to relax to get that big sound. A, let's go back to mezzo forte. Nice and easy. 2, 3, and 4. Go up to D and let's do a nice crescendo, decrescendo, just like we did with the chromatic scale. 1, 2, 3, and soft. Start softly. Each octave, kind of raise the dynamic level until we get very strong up here. And then decrescendo back down. You can do, with those decrescendos, you can do a nice even gradient. You can also do like a curve like that, right? Where it's a little bit weighted towards the end of the actual scale. G major, back to just basic Bob, mezzo forte, legato. Let's do it. Let's go down here. 2, 3, and 4. Let's go back. Eighth notes, C major. I want to do all 12 of these again. Double octaves. You heard me right. Both hands octaves. Now on all the white keys, my outside fingers are probably going to be pinky most of the time. But as we go through some black keys, I'm going to try to alternate between the fourth and fifth fingers, as they're a little easier to reach on the fourth, and that'll give you a little bit smoother sound. Don't worry about that if that's a big deal. What we really want to get here is the fact that you have to lift your hands up off of the keyboard for this. We want to try to get a nice smooth sound. No sustain pedal. Lock that right foot behind your bench if you have to. We just want a nice, as legato sound as possible, just using the shocks and struts of your hands, fingers, and wrists. Double octaves, 4 octaves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Up to F, 3 octaves. 2, 3, and 4. This is it's a great reminder that we're pianists and we can do this if we want to. We don't often do it in jazz improvisation, but it is fun to pull out. B flat, go down to B flat, 4 octaves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Giving you one shot at each of these. 1, 2, 3 octaves, and use that fourth finger on the black keys when you can. Up to A flat, 3 octaves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not exactly ideal for sliding around, but make do. Down to D flat, 3 octaves. 2, 3, and 4. Lovely. Up to G flat, 3 octaves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down to B. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Up to E. 2, 3, and 4. Down to A, all the way down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Up to D, 2, 3, and 4. finally up to G 3 octaves. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Pianistic. That's what that is. Double octaves. No other instrument can really do that. Not the way we can. Shake it out. It's a good workout. Like I said, I love going between those fourth and fifth fingers. Even if you feel like your hand's getting out of position, what you're really doing is helping your stretch there. If you feel like your hand is getting out of position, you probably don't have a great stretch. So, you can work on that. You want to be gentle with that. You want to do it until there's pain. You just want to kind of keep at it and see if you can stretch that out, because ideally I can alternate between the fourth and fifth fingers on black keys, especially, without losing the shape of my hand. Isn't that great? It's so much fun. It's like, it's not something that I do every day, but I love doing it. Okay, let's do some diminished scale work. It's something that I think is really great to practice. There's only 3 diminished scales, right? Because it repeats itself in minor thirds. So after we get, if we start on C, we do the half whole diminished scale, right? We do the half whole diminished scale. We do D flat, we do D. When we get to E flat, it's just the C half whole diminished scale starting on E flat. Right? It's the same thing. Same notes. So we only need to practice 3. So let's practice these 3. We'll start on C. We'll do 4 octaves. Again, the half whole diminished scale is something we would use over, on C, we would use it over C7, flat 9. Go into like an F major 7. Let's practice these 3 4 octaves. Half whole diminished, C, D flat, E flat, E natural, G flat, G, A, B flat, C. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Turn it around. Triplets, 2, triplet, and. Sixteenths, 2, sha da 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 da. Let's do it again. 2, sha da 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 da. A little bit better. D flat, half whole diminished, right? So we have D flat, D, E, F, G, A flat, B flat, B, D flat. Half step, whole step, half step, whole step, right? You would use this over a D flat 7, flat 9. Go like a G flat 7 if you like. Let's try it. 1, 2, 8th notes, and. 4 octaves. Triplets, 2, triplet, and. I need to do that again. 2, triplet, and. There it is. Sometimes you just gotta have a conversation with your left hand, like, yo, lefty, get it together, man, come on. 16ths. 1, 2, sha da 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 da. A on, lefty. One more time. 2. Sha-da-da-da-da. Okay, we're about 40 minutes into this workout. I can feel my brain starting to be a little bit slower from putting in some of this detailed work. That's okay. I'm just going to take a big deep breath. Just give myself like 30 seconds. Enjoy the lovely sound of the click track. That's beautiful. We're going to do a D half hole diminished. D, D flat, F, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C, D. You would play this over a D7, flat 9, going to like a G, major 7, sharp 11 or something like that. So D, half hole diminished, 4 octaves, 1, 2, 8th notes, and. Triplets, 2, triplet, and. Sixteenths, 2, sha-da-da-da-da. Again, 2, sha-da-da-da-da. One more time, 2, sha-da-da-da-da. All right, let's end. We have one more exercise. I want to end with this thirds exercise. This was shown to me by the great Aaron Goldberg, wonderful jazz pianist. It starts with thirds here, C and E. Does this twice, up and down in thirds. And then it switches to minor. And it does that twice. And then it switches to augmented, whole tone. And so C and E, D and F sharp, E and G sharp. This is such a good exercise. D and F sharp. Does that twice, and then it goes to D flat major and does the whole thing again. Major, minor, whole tone. And then D major, minor, whole tone. E flat major, minor, whole tone. And so on and so forth. The left hand does the mirror opposite. So the fingering has to be the same. So the left hand starts with G and E. Minor, whole tone. D flat major, minor, whole tone. D major, you can do it. Minor, whole tone. So that left hand actually has to reach up to get that augmented, right? That whole tone scale going on. So together it sounds like. Just take this up chromatically. Just in that pattern, major, minor, whole tone. Now, you're gonna get fatigued. That's the point of it. So what I want you to do is really focus on, as we get further and further up here, just relax. Your mind is going to get fatigued with this. You're going to be like, is that whole tone? Your wrist is going to maybe start to get tired. If anything starts to actually have like some sharp pain, just stop. Just lift your hands off the keyboard, please. Let's shake it out. Let's take a big deep breath. And remember, expect fatigue, right? Imagine that you're playing a video game. You don't expect that as you level up in the video game, it just gets easier and easier, right? You want more of these challenges. So we have to challenge ourselves. You will get physically and mentally fatigued as we do this. So I want you to practice relaxing into this. That's the real practice of this. There's some definitely musical and physical benefits to this, but I want you to look at this as a concentration and relaxation exercise. The more stressed you get from this, can you relax into it? That's the fun part. Last exercise. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And major, C minor, augmented, whole tone, D flat major, play with me, minor, whole tone, D major, E flat major, minor, whole tone, relax, E major, minor, whole tone, minor, whole tone, G flat major, minor, whole tone, G major. Relax your left hand right now. A flat major, minor, whole tone, A major, minor. Nice and easy, nice and easy. We're almost done. B major, minor, whole tone. Let's do one more on C. Oh, glorious C. And a corny ending. Perfect. Thank you all for your practice today. This is a very easy little 40-minute thing you can do to 45-minute practice routine you can do. It covers a lot of great technique on the piano. There's so much more to cover. Piano technique is endless, it's boundless, it's limitless. It's what makes it so wonderful. Again, if you want to go on a deeper dive for some piano technique, Peter Martin and I have a course called Jazz Piano Technique, Pentatonics. It's on sale today. We are offering a discount here. You can just click the link here in the chat, and you can choose what you pay with Jazz Piano Technique Volume 1 Pentatonics. Like I said, I think the most popular part about that is that we have fingering for every pentatonic scale in both hands in all keys. It's kind of cool. Thanks for your practice with me today. I'm having a blast doing these. I'll be back on Tuesday. Thanks, y'all. We're going to leave this up so you can come back to it again and again. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, Fede. Appreciate it. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Happy practicing. Later.